Back, I mentioned that the crew was going to be ripping apart our displays, and it is now complete, and it's time for you to come in to get rid of the winter blues. Crew did a phenomenal job. Let's see what's going on with it. It is winter time. It is January. It's already February. And it's always time for us to do a little practice, get the crew, keep them moving all winter long, train up the new guys. And this year we decided to redo all our displays. Not that we felt they really needed it, but it was time for some uptick, some things we wanted to change up. But the crew likes to play and shake the bugs off over the winter time. And I can't say enough about how hard they worked, and it just looks phenomenal. Let's take a look to see what's going on.
For me, this works out because since COVID hit, that little patio table there has been my office to get my inspiration going, and this is it. As one of the motivations we've always tried to do with this area is it's a small footprint, and we want to help customers debut or really get a feel for all the different styles, all the different shapes of the most popular items. And so we start off here. This is one of our 8x11 ecosystem ponds. This is a kit, and this is the largest pond you can build with this kit. And so we start off with one of the Ecos ponds, but as you come around, these Spillway Bowls have been a great add-on to any small feature that you're trying to. They are designed to be standalone, so it's part of our 2-tier bowl set, so you can have a couple different bowls standing up on their own. But we love working them in right to the edge of a pond. Because in this particular area, this is kind of a good example of what goes on. There's sitting areas off to the side, and we always try to keep the water features here. But in this particular place, the only area we had to debut a small stream was this narrow area here. But when you're standing here on the patio, we always want to have something nice to look at. So the crew put in one of the Spillway Bowls so that we have something to view coming straight on. But then also as you're entering the area, you look right down to a nice passive stream. Plus the benefit of having a stream like this as we're walking around the edge of the display area is it's kind of passive. We've got a lot going on in here. And so it's always a challenge of giving yourself time to appreciate everything and enjoy everything on its own right. So we're trying to transition areas to kind of migrate from one area to the next. This area here has been where the crew's been having the most fun lately. These are composite resin fountain kits. We have them out on the side road. These are actually more of a custom install. These are actually urns that we have on display. Some of them stand 4 or 5 feet tall. But the crew a while back started playing around with cutting notches out, flipping them over, so you get the convenience of working with a pre-made material to make a fountain, but you don't lose the ability to make the custom features. And so this area here is kind of just trying to show you a little bit more of fountains or different features. It can be patio bowls that are kind of designed to stand up on their own, or these stacked slate walls and urns and bowls. The possibilities with these are endless because you can stack and raise them up as many or as high as you want. They just such cool little abilities to make nice little touch-ups and nice little areas. So as we're going through, of course, they had to sneak in a little top fraud. Luckily, we've been fortunate. Aquascape handed us out an award this last year, so they got those in the displays. But as we start coming around the edge of the patio, this is our Microphoneless Waterfall. So a pondless waterfall, if you're not familiar with what it is basically just a stream that empties into a dry river basin. And so there's no standing water. These features are great for just turning on a switch, being able to treat like a fountain, but still retaining that sound of rolling water that you get from a stream. I find that on a pond itself, on a fountain, sometimes you can get a little bit higher pitch, splashy sound. This gives the ability to get that effect of a stream, but in really small spaces. I mean, this is from front to back, only about 6 or 7 feet. Small elevation changes. It's great for someone that just wants the sound of moving water near a patio. But that definitely is a nice little feature onto the side. Okay, so one of the last sections we have is another pondless waterfall. So I have the little baby down at the other side, but this area here is where we wanted, the crew wanted to get a little creative on showing you different ways to make a small water feature more intimate. And so in this particular case here, again, we're always looking at where a customer is enjoying the feature from. Now, when I was just standing up top looking this way, you came through and you could see a little bit of this, and you got to look closer at some of the displays. But then as you're coming up this walkway that I'm standing here, again, we want to be able to see something head on. And so this is a split falls. You can see the waterfall. They've broken it up into two different areas, and just gently bringing the water down in different areas. Nice little touches as far as breaking it up. We don't want Niagara Falls when we're talking up front. Never mind, there's so much sound of moving water in here. So the crew did a nice job at these, making just nice simple sheet falls. But then again in here, they got creative with some of the stacked slate walls. You can see that this is the top on how we create the waterfalls. But they got creative with just making some fountains and subtle little falls. These are great little touches that you can add to any water feature when you start getting, you've had the same feature for a few years and looking for creative ways to play with it without necessarily having to rip it all out. The same stream, the core stream is going down. You can see it just drops to a dry river basin. But at the same time, they can tweak with these. We can play with these all winter long. They can take them out, rebuild something different. Fountains on the edges of streams are great ways to break up the monotony and to have something that you can play with yourself without having to worry about messing up anything on the large scale. But again, for a small space, crew did a phenomenal job at trying to get so many different ways to help you see something for everybody. A little bit of more formal drops, natural drops, with always that gentle sound of moving water.
Okay, so I hope everybody likes the new displays as much as we do. And greenhouse is starting to take shape, so when you're ready to get rid of those winter blues, come on in. Displays are at least looking good and the patio's clean. Rest of the greenhouses, we'll consider it a work in progress. But it will be up to par shortly because spring is only right around the corner. Hope to see you soon. Take care.